What's up, YouTube? This is Too Raw for TV. So, I just want to give you guys yet another example of what I'm talking about when a lot of these people who write articles, they're either intentionally or unintentionally trying to wipe out history. All right. Now, by that I mean, perhaps they're just lazy in, how far they go back to verify things that they write, or they just don't care. They just consider certain, that doesn't matter. I mean, anything before 1990 doesn't matter. That's what I'm talking about when I say wiping out history and acting like what happened before a period of time that you think doesn't matter, that doesn't count. We see it all the time when they say, well, the most points scored in the game before or after, 1980 or after the merger. So before that doesn't count. But this is what I'm talking about. So there's an article that said Jason Tatum is the third youngest player to be the best player on a team going to the finals. Not winning it, but going to the finals. The third youngest in the history of the NBA. So it's going back 75, 76 years, right? So he's the third youngest, behind only LeBron James, who was 22 when he went to the finals in 2007, and Kevin Durant, who was 23 at the time when he went to the finals in 2012. Now, at the top of my head, not going back and researching, because I could probably find some other examples. But off the top of my head, I know it's a lie. Rick Barry, when he went to the finals in 1967, when he was with the San Francisco Warriors, they faced the great 67 76ers team. Rick Barry was 22 years old at the time. He was the best player. Now, don't get me wrong. Nate Thurman was tremendous. He averaged 19 points and like 22, 23 rebounds per contest, 24 maybe. But Rick Barry was the dominant player in the NBA that year. He averaged 35.6 points per game and something like 9 rebounds and maybe 3 assists. Plus, he was the best player offensively in the league. He was the best player on that team. He was 22. Dolph Schayes in 1950, when the Minneapolis Lakers faced the Syracuse Nationals, who were going to be the Philadelphia 76ers. Dolph Schayes was only 21 years old. I believe that was his second year in the league, or his first year in the league. One of the two. Might have been his first year. He was 21 years old. Syracuse Nationals went to the finals that year. They lost, but they went to the finals. He was 21. He averaged like 17 points. And I don't know if they tracked rebounds then, but he probably averaged a double-double, 17, 12 or something like that. But he was the best player on that team. And there's probably some other examples that I have to think about. I have to go back and look. But this is the lack of thoroughness that you see. Now, you could even argue, even though I think because Kareem won MVP, kind of got to give it to Kareem, but couldn't you also kind of argue, since Magic won Finals MVP, that Magic was the best player on that Lakers team in 80 when he was 20? I mean, couldn't you argue that? See, this is what I'm talking about with these people who write articles, and they're giving you an opinion that is very flawed, but marketing is as if it's fact. And that's my problem with these types of articles, man. So look at this article and go do your own research. You see what I'm talking about. It's not true. It's just not true, man.